In hyaline hypomycetes, the Aspergillus flavus is the second most common cause of invasive aspergillosis. It is most common reported as the foodborne fungus. Many of the isolate produce the alpha toxins, and it is a rapid mature in 3 days. Surface is yellow-green to olive, and the texture is velvety to cottony, and reverse usually yellowish to tin. And the septate hypi, both uniceriate and biceriate pillates are found. Penicillium species is also in hyaline hypomycetes, and it is most found in South Asia and commonly considered as a contaminant cause the coronal cutaneous external air respiratory and UTI infection as well as endocarditis. And Penicillium mornify 35 to 37 degrees centigrade will convert into the yeast-like form. It is rapid mature within 4 days and usually no or poor growth at 37. Surface at first is white and then become very powdery and bluish green with the white borders. Reverse is usually white but may red or brown. If the isolate produce a red reverse and diffuse pigment in the agar, P. mornify must be considered, and the organism should be tested for the thermal dimorphism. This P. mornify is actually inhibited by cyclohexamide. If you see the shape of the Penicillium species, you will find that it is brush appearance at 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. Phylomyces species is also in hyaline hypomycetes and is usually considered as a contaminant but also associated with sinusitis and eye infection. Rapid mature within 3 days and surface is not green, which is usually differentiate this organism from the rest of hypomycetes, usually pinkish mauve, and the reverse is half white, pinkish yellow. If you see the structure is quite resembled to the Penicillium species, but they are not that much congested,ly localized, the conidiophores. In hyaline hypomycetes, the Scleropsis species is known to infect the toenails and also commonly encountered as a contaminant, and the surface is first white to light brown and reverse is usually white to brownish center, and the inhalides form is brush-like group are singly resemble to the Penicillium species but have the conidium bearing the cells are called inhalides. If you see, it is pointed. Trichoderma species are commonly considered as a contaminant but also leading cause of peritonitis. Rapid mature within 5 days, white fluffy cover agar in the few days and then become a compact and woolly. Reverse is colorless or light or orange. This is Scleropsis and species, surface and reverse colony. This is Trichoderma species, reverse and surface colony on SDA. Ecrimonum species is most commonly known as the etiological agent of a white grains mycetoma, but has also been involved in the localized infection of the nails. Moderately rapid mature within 5 to 7 days. It's quite different structure and morphology of a hyphae, which is septate and hyaline. Fusarium species is a frequent agent of mycotic eye infection, most commonly affecting the cornea and also involving the mycetoma, sinusitis, septic arthritis, and nail infection. Toxin producing ability is lethal when it is ingested from the food from contaminated grains. It is rapid mature within 4 days. Surface is pink or velvety and reverse is light, and 2 type of conidation, branches or unbranched conidation can be formed. If you see here, you can find the branch and unbranched conidation here. Here is some other species of Aspergillus, that is Aspergillus vesicore, which is on SDA 30 degrees centigrade, surface colonies and reverse colony. This is Aspergillus chilidotus on SDA and Aspergillus nidolens on SDA, surface colonies. Surface nidolens on SDA have 4 days reverse colonies, and Aspergillus nidolens red ascospore and hyaline blue cells are seen. In thermally dimorphic fungi like coccidia, paracoccidia, and Penicillium morphani, and some other species that show the dimorphism on temperature. The S. shizenki is also a thermally dimorphic fungi, and they have all five species, and which can be differentiated on the basis of biochemical and assimilation of sucrose and raffinose. If you see the S6 xi is can grow on PDA at 37 degrees centigrade, and sucrose and raffinose both are positive, and resilience is both sucrose and raffinose are negative, and the only Mexican have just like a property of S6 xi, which have assimilation of sucrose and raffinose positive.